So my recording crashed. So this is gonna be two parts. Um, I reset them. But I did take a screenshot. So where were we? We had Titans. We had Paris. We had London. We had Boston. We had Houston. We had Dallas. And then we had Guangzhou, and we had New York, and we had Hangzhou. I think that's right. No, we had another. Okay. Okay. I'll finish about Dallas quickly. I do apologize. This is in two parts. But yeah, I was saying team very meta dependent. I mean, yeah, like the boomage is really high, but I think they're just gonna skill diff. I was saying Rush is slightly overrated, and I think 9K did a lot for the team last year that people, I mean, some people believe, some people don't. But that isn't to say they're bad, but I think it's gonna be a tough task, and I think this team is gonna be skill diffing. A lot of teams, but I could easily, I could be so wrong. Like just so fucking wrong about Dallas. Like Dallas could be fucking dog shit. Like they could fucking be boomed entirely. Like I think they'll boom early, but when they get a sub, they're going to hopefully be a bit better. But like their tanks and supports are unbelievably stacked. Um, I think Houston and Dallas will do about the same in terms of wins. I'm not looking at losses. I'm looking at wins. I think they'll do about the same. But easily, like these teams, I feel like these teams are so close. Like, and that's why the beginning match of Owl tomorrow is gonna be so fucking good. It's gonna be so good. Please watch. Please watch. All right, enough of that. Um, let's go on to Atlanta. I'm putting them here. People, I'm with Avast in case. I mean, if you watch Plat Chat, or if you pay attention to Avast, um, he does not buy the Atlanta Rain stocks, and I certainly don't either. I absolutely don't. They're a bunch of bullshit. This team has made. They have. I think they have a pretty equal DPS line to they did last year. To be honest, like they pick up KSP or Kai, and they pick up Edison, and they have Edison still, and then they have Pelican. Pelican was equal level to Erster, but he didn't play. Kai, I mean, they had Sharp and Baby Bay for the first part of the season. Like, I think this DPS line's better, but like they always had a good DPS line, and you can improve, but you also have to take into account the other parts of the league improving as well. Um, so I really like I don't see reason like Gator and Hawk fucking disappointing. Like straight up they were just not good for what they were supposed to be coming out of Gauntlet. Like just really disappointing, and I have no reason to believe that they've improved much either. Apparently like people are saying they're so good, but I can't buy Scrim Bucks. I just can't. Massa really inconsistent. He was good. He's also not good at times. Iris, haven't seen so much of him. Looks okay. I don't know. But like the coaches, Seffi would make a great GM. I don't really believe him in his head coach. Legit RC, don't know much about it. And they pick up Unter, which I think helps. They literally picked him up like 5 days ago or 6 days ago. I think it helps, but I really don't see the outcome changing much. I think they're just gonna fall into a very similar pattern last year of being mediocre, and I think they'll get maybe 10 wins. I think they'll get like 9. I think they'll do similar to Dallas, a bit better than Dallas because I mean, yeah, I think what Dogman said on his show, or the Dustin Bowerman show, of the dynamic of players versus coaches, I think that continue of saying what the coaches think should be played and what the players think, and who takes control. And if you don't have that set up, I don't think it will work. And I think the big question is this year, what's the coaching doing? How's it gonna? Who's in charge? That's the question. Who's in charge? who's in charge. I don't know if I said it for Dallas, but in case I didn't, I was saying like the biggest storyline is can they break the cycle essentially. Um, okay. I have who do I have next? I have Toronto next. People are low in Toronto. Don't know why. I kind of do, but I don't. Like, really, I don't. I think this team, like, people have like them low. Scrimbucks, fucking Atlanta Rain had, like, going back to Atlanta for a second, they had fucking amazing Scrimbucks last season. They did dog shit matches, though. Like, this team on paper looks really good. Like, really, and that's all you could really judge teams on with power rankings correctly, like, on paper, really. And, like, you know, how you think, like, can work out, like, or not on paper, because on paper Hangzhou's great, but taking into like on paper plus other factors you can play in. But Scrimbucks I don't think is something you can factor in. I'm getting ad block. And I do this again. I mean, Logic's he's gonna be like the Tracer. He's the Tracer Ace, Tracer Widow. That's what he's gonna look to play. He shoot fucking incredible Sombra last year. Incredible. You have Sombra down pat. You have him down pat for sure. Nice. He was a player who he dominated in contenders, like dominated. And as of recent, he's just turned of age as well. As of recent, he in contenders he kind of slopped down a bit because, you know, lost motivation. I mean, that makes sense when you just can't play an owl because of age, but I feel this guy, he's gonna return to glory. Like, this guy's gonna be really good. Like, he can play everything. Mei, Genji, Echo, just fucking Pharah, Junkrat, all that shit. He's gonna play all that shit for him. Aztec, Onsun J. They were picked up as a duo originally. I don't think they were the same team, but they're fun to say. Aztec and Onsun J. I always forget who's which is which. Aztec is the flex support. Onsun J, heard good things about them, really good things about these duo. Last year he played on Valiant last season. We know this guy's really good. Sex big dick. Think he's gonna bring more of that this year. Just really, really good. Like, this team's good. Like, I haven't seen, like, the only question so far is like, how does Logix fit in? Like, how with Korean players, like, is Nice gonna do well? And I don't think you can have that doubt. But when I get to the coaches, I don't think these coaches will let that happen. Beast, Cosmetic, Asado fucking proved himself last year. Just straight proved himself last year. Like, fucking top 3 main tank in the league last year. Like, up there with Smurf for sure. Michelle, weird character or player. Got benched on Soul for Marvel, but no one knows what happened there, but I think he's gonna do good. And I don't think that the coaches, the head coach of KDG, who is highly respected, would let that happen. I don't think he would pick up Michelle, and for context, he was the head coach of Fusion last year, who fucking dominated and flopped in the playoffs. But I don't think he'd pick up someone who he doesn't think is good like that. KDG's a really fucking good coach. Yang Won and Ho Chai Li, I don't know much about, but I'm sure they're not terrible. I have a lot of respect for KDG. I've grown on KDG over time. I think last year he showed a lot, and I think, you know, he learned a lot from last year, and I think he's gonna. He has like Fusion last year, like, you know, you have downgrades, and that's why I'm not placing them as high, but I think they can definitely do well, and I think people are underrating them. But again, I could be wrong. It's power rankings. So Defiant, go here. We haven't done an APAC team in a while. This is a tough one for me, but I'm gonna put Chengdu here. The Chengdudes, the meme guys, but they've bolstered their roster. and they're hopefully not looking to meme as hard. They have a 12-man roster now, same as Hangzhou, but the difference is they all speak Chinese, they all speak Mandarin, presumably. I mean, yeah, there's Cantonese, but I assume they all speak. I assume they all speak Mandarin. I'm gonna go through this roster. Jinmu, funky guy, get him the fuck off, Sombra. But this guy, he's gonna play your funky heroes, that Genji. He's gonna be your pop off guy. He's certainly gonna help you with that. Leave, Genji, not Genji. Tracer, hit scan, really good. Like really good. Didn't get to show as much from last season as Chengdu. Jimmy and Kaneki. Kaneki is a flex DPS and Jimmy is the hit scan. These guys seem really good from where they picked up. I forget. Oh, I just opened their shit, but Jimmy was played on Ultra Prime Academy, and I think this is Guangzhou's academy. Correct me if I'm wrong though. And Kaneki played on Team Cat recently. And these guys look really good, like very good. Evil Tall, this guy should not be on a two-way. Fucking one of the best mercies. Certainly think he can get his Lucio up there. But they've also picked up Monk, and I think Monk's he's Zen. I don't know though. I think Nisha's gonna be the full-time main support. Really good. Monk is a flex support, and they have Evil Tall Nisha, but I'd hope they have Evil Tall play a bit more than a two-way. Far away though, people have said he's rookie of the year potential. I can see it. This guy, I've heard amazing things about him, like up there with Super Rich in terms of being the standout Chinese support. I think he's going to be really strong. Definitely an upgrade from the other ones they've had. The tank line though. The tank line, as I hit my mic, this is where you have questions. Everything else before looks solid. The tanks though. Among, this guy should not play. I'm sorry. I love Among. He's one of my favorite players, but Gaga, his best character or his best hero is Ball. Like, and he's also can play the other characters, and doesn't have to swim across an ocean like Jiren had to. Like, this guy should be playing all the time, because you can play the silly shit and you can also play the more normal shit. And I'm a bit higher on Elsa than other people are, but I mean these off tanks, like, man, they're just not cutting the slack. And if this team had Ligue A, I'd put them top 2, but their off tank situation, oh, they're lacking, man. Oh, I mean, they gotta improve like crazy. They gotta improve like crazy for them to do better. But this is a more safer Hangzhou, because they all speak the same language. I mean, I think that's a big thing. Like, you have more of a core, I feel, from like Jinmu, Leave, potentially Evil Tall, Ameng, or maybe Ameng, Elsa. You have a bit more of a core, I feel. The head coach, RUI, he's the funny Chengdu guy. I'm pretty sure this guy, yeah, he was around when they invented, or when he left and joined Chengdu. But I mean, this guy, I mean, there's an argument that you don't trust you can't trust the coaches entirely. I mean, I think this is just a safer Hangzhou. Like, there's more of a core. You're picking up people of all the same language. Like, I think it's a safer Hangzhou, and I feel confident putting these guys in fourth. What do we have left? We have Washington, LAG, Shock, Florida, Seoul, Shanghai, and Philly Fusion. All right. Before I forget though, Atlanta, did I say? I think they're around that. I always forget this part. Apologies. Chengdu, they'll do a bit better, maybe. I think they'll get like 10 wins, maybe 10, 11, maybe. They could do bad though if they just do silly shit and teams figure them out. But yeah, again, my opinion, Who knows? I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. You can't ever really be with power rankings. I'm going to go with the next team being the Washington Justice. This might be a hot take for how low they are, but let me go over it. Your team, this is weird because they have 3 people on their team, essentially, you could argue. They have, or 4. Mag, Fury, and Decay are essentially their team. You need these guys to fucking pop off. You want to fucking shove your resources into these guys fucking farming. But they recently picked up Assassin, and he's also gonna take a lot of resources. Tuba and Jerry, who the fuck knows why they're there? To be honest, sure, why not? And then they also, I feel like I've skipped over this part. This part. Mag is a very heavy resource player. Decay, very heavy resource player. Fury, I don't think he's like a heavy resource player. Assassin, heavy resource player. You're gonna have to pump a lot of resources into these guys to make them pop off, and I feel they could suffer with, kind of star player syndrome of too many people wanting the attention. And I mean, it's going to require a lot of good coaching, and I don't know if the supports cut the mustard to do that, to be honest. Bebe and Closer. Bebe played on Hangzhou, looked Closer played on Dallas last season, looked I mean, these supports just don't cut the mustard for, like, I feel like where this team wants to be. I mean, they could be better than we think. I don't think so. I think it really drags them down a bit. And like in terms of like, if you need like unique God to your supports, I think like of not necessarily who need the resources, but like who are able to fucking keep up with like Decay and Mag and pumping the resources into them. And I also think making people, shaping out that picture a bit more. With you have Pre, who I respect a lot as a GM and seems to have put a lot more of a picture for Washington this year. Supreme, Chillowa, Hokuri, I think these are really good coaches. I've heard great things about them. Chillowa came in for the around the time of would have been the playoff run for Justice, and when he left the Korean team, they struggled really hard. So that's a sign that he could be really good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not 100% sure about like this. I think they'll suffer from star player syndrome, and I think they could, but I'm a bit lower on them because they're taking some risks with how many star players they're picking up and how many resources they're putting into their players. I keep forgetting to do this, but fucking whatever. Atlanta Reign. Can they be more than gatekeepers? Chengdu. Do they still have the Chengdu zone? Justice. Who's taken a step back to let Decay? I think who are the star players? Who should the star players be on this team, and will that be figured out? Defiant. Can KDG do it again? And will these players step up to make them worth top 5 in NA? Apologies. I'm sorry that I am Scuff. I am sorry. We're into the top 6. Holy shit. Okay. Let's go to APAC. And for Asian Pacific region, I'm going to go with the Fusion. I might be a bit high on the Fusion, even though they have the roster weird shit. But oh man, I really respect fucking 9K. I think this guy's really fucking nuts. Like this guy is super strong as like a head coach, and this is his first time as an official head coach. He did a lot with Shock in the second year that they were the first year that they won. Went over to Paris, did a lot on fourth in the world, and I think he's gonna fucking whip him into shape. He's gonna do a lot for this team. And you have Carpe, and if this guy finds a role where he can just If they find what Carpe wants, if Carpe wants to take more of a bit of a sideline, if he wants to be the center of attention, I think they're gonna find a way to make that happen. EQO is interesting. I mean, okay, EQO, Shockwave, Funny Astro, and Poco are the players that will not be here at the start of the season, and who knows when they'll get here. I'm gonna preface that, but I'm still gonna talk about them. EQO, I hope he finds a spot that is more than Genji. I certainly think he can, but like with more. But Shockwave, I mean, this guy's fucking great. Like, you were on the worst team in the league last season and you looked fucking that good. This guy, you want Carpe and Shockwave? Holy fuck, that's a monstrous DPS lineup, and I really hope he can get here as soon as, like, you want this guy here, like, you really do. Rascal, though, nothing to snark at either. 2 championships, leader. He knows how the system works of Shock. He knows how to win. He knows how to do it, and I think yeah, the DPS lineup you have to feel the most confident about, like, especially like with the Carpe and Rascal, you know, being able to play at first. I mean, Alarm, Rookie of the Year, best all around flex support, to be honest. Like, all around, like, this guy's fucking crazy. I don't need to say more than that. Funny Astro, top 3 main support as well. Fucking crazy. It sucks though, because this support line is fucking unfathomably good. Like, unfathomably good. But he won't be here. But they have Toby instead, who's a step down, but I think he can still. I think I really trust 9K. Like, I'm saying that I put a lot of faith in the 9K, and that might be my hottest take of how much I believe 9K can do. But I really think that he's gonna make sure that Toby and Hotba can find a spot that can work for them, so they don't fall down that much. So I mean, Toby, I mean, he got second place last year. He's a veteran. He knows how to. He was on a fucking lunatic high. He knows how to win. I mean, he's not terrible, but he's not as good as Funny Astro. Poco, this guy's a Fury side grade in my opinion, or slight downgrade. I'm not gonna say side grade entirely, but he's a slight downgrade. Really good. This guy deserves a starting spot. I mean, fucking elite off tank. He's up there, like top 7, I'd say. Top 7 off tank. Mono and Hoppa. You have the tank line of New York last season. That scares me. But I trust 9K. I really trust that 9K. I believe that Mono's played passive because he's been told to play for Jonak. And now that he doesn't have Jonak, and he's pick up this guy and you say, motherfucker, don't do it. I think 9K's got the belt out, and he said, Mono, you play fucking good, because you know he can play a really good style, and you know, like, I really see Mono and Carpe just fucking pounding, constant, just fucking hard winning games, and you have like such a good roster to bolster that. Like, I really believe Mono's gonna be really good. Like, he's MVP potential this season. Hotba is a big downgrade from Poco, and that's like the biggest concern in terms of like, you know, the players that are being picked up for until the main roster people can get here. But yeah, I mean, hopefully Mono and Hotba don't create like fucking playing passive like bitch ass pussies from last season on New York. I really trust 9K. Like, I really trust 9K. I trust this coaching staff, and I trust his decisions that will make it work. And I mean, the guy, he made the Paris roster, or he helped making the Paris roster last season. I mean, yeah, I really trust it. I mean, they could do a bit worse, but yeah, oof. This might be a hot take saying they're 3. Yeah, I feel they're 3 though. I feel they're 3. I do. They could be worse. They could lose like a lot, and they might boom because of the people not here because of visa issues. But yeah, I'm saying it. Storyline Can they do better than this? I mean, they physically can't, but they'll do a bit worse. But I really, really hope towards the end of the season they do well. They deserve it. They deserve to win something. Like, it's got to happen. Like, go do something. Bob, yeah. Did I say for Chengdu? They'll do better than that. This is super scuffed. I apologize, but I really want to get my thoughts out there. All right. Almost at the top 4. We're so close. And Mayhem is 3. I'm not going to say 2, but Mayhem is 3. People are low on the Mayhem, and I think that's a load of bullshit. It's not fair. They have like the same roster as last year, but a fucking enormous upgrade on main support. Like, you go from one of the worst main supports to fucking Slime. The Titans. Like, the Titan Slime, Runaway Slime. You know, that guy, he's fucking nuts. He hasn't played properly in a while, but this guy's so good. Like, Gangnam Jim and Slime, holy fuck, that's insane. BQB, Yaki, and Checkmate, oh my god. I think Checkmate's gonna be, I trust the scouting of this. Like, I really like Ye and Kuki. I love them as a duo in terms of management and scouting. I really trust it. Like, I trust Checkmate to do well and fill the roster, you know, like whenever BQB can't play a certain hero, or you want to like do like double flex support, and you know, you want to do like a Genji Sombra if that ever comes meta. I think Checkmate can find a role. Yaki as well. Woo! Yaki. Oh man, this guy. People, MVP candidate, and we can't forget why. Like, this guy's fucking good. Like, he's good. BQB as well, really solid. Like, really, really solid. Like, I think people think that, you know, very meta dependent, but I don't believe that, really. I think he's gonna improve. He's only gone an upward trajectory, or trajectory rather. Gargoyle, definitely the same with him. We all thought fucking brawler main when he came into the league of like Zarya and Hog, but his D.Va and his Sigma are really good. And here's where this is a hot take. I think OG will do well. I think he really will do well. This is the perfect environment for him to do well. Perfect environment. He's got an ex-main tank Owl player as a head coach, and he's got this insane Korean single-lingual roster behind him. He doesn't have to speak English. He can just speak Korean to his heart's content, and he's got Kuki to help him out, and you know, I mean, it's perfect for him. It's perfect. I think this team is going to do really well, like third. I think in terms of this, I think they'll get like 14, not 14, that's a bit high, like 13, 12 wins maybe. Around that. I think I'm really excited for this team. I am really excited for this team. Now, we're at the top 4 finally. Top 4 finally. I think again, biggest question for Mayhem: will OG do it? Is OG? How will OG end? Can he do it? But yeah, top 4. One of them is in the right order already. One side, and I think you can tell. I'm gonna go with the LA Gladiators first. LA Gladiators. LA Gladiators. Oh boy. Okay. We're getting to the elites here. We certainly are. Why does my headset do that? All right. We're getting to the elites here. Space. I mean, I love this guy. How don't you love this guy? Like, he's awesome. He has such a drive to improve. He's a great communicator. He's a great caller. Like, this guy's elite. He didn't get to play as well last season because his tank partner is really inconsistent with OG and never really set up to succeed. But we can't forget how good this guy is. We simply can't. He's fucking amazing. Top, like, I think this guy can break top 5 this season on in terms of off tanks. Like, it's the off tanks are so stacked in the league. Muse, this guy, I think he'll do great. He seems like in the tournaments that he's played, Gladiators have won all the off-season tournaments they've played. I think this guy will do great. I think he's not gonna do like, fucking best main tank. I think he's a rookie of the year candidate. You may say he's my pick. I think he's going to do great. He looks like he fits well with the team. He understands the atmosphere. And that's like the only risk you're taking. Like, you're taking one risk. And I think it's a good risk to take. And I think it will work out. The supports, Shu and Moth, I don't have to say anything about that. Moth, the shot caller for the best team in Overwatch. That's good shit. Like, that's good shit. Shu, I mean, this guy, it's a downgrade from Violet, and Twilight, but oh man, I think this guy's really good as well, and I think he could shine this year with like the best roster he's been on. And you have the DPS, holy fucking shit, the DPS. You have Mirror playing all the funky shit, and you have Birdring playing the hit scan, and you have Kevser fucking carrying. This guy, MVP candidate this year. He absolutely should be. He's not my pick, I don't think, but this guy's fucking nuts. He's an anomaly. Like, he can play a hero like Mei, and he just fucking he nails it. Echo, Tracer, Genji, fucking, he's so good. He's so good. He's fucking cornerstone of this roster. Like, cornerstone. Like, he's so I can't stress how good he is. I'm gonna stop saying so. The staff, Deepay, he's been very transparent about how he's done this year. He did last year, and I think that's very respectful. How he addressed that, and he's talked highly about Face and Tidala, and I think they should be really good as well to help this team and help develop players like Muse. But I mean, this team has so much going for it. They'll do better than last year. I'm not looking. I mean, yeah, this team, it's Gladiators versus Shock is the fucking second match of Owl in the season. Like, oh, come on. That's ridiculous. That's going to be so good. Like, oh my God, that's going to be so good. Okay. Second, APAC, Soul Dynasty. Okay. I mean, the Gladiators what for the Gladiators? Can they, how many tournaments can they win? How many times can they beat Shock out? Those are like, how elite are they? Like, and is Moth the GOAT? That's a big one as well. All right, but yeah, on to Soul. I mean, second place last year. It's really good. Let's look at the DPS. Oh my God. Fitz and Prophet. Holy fuck. Profits. I mean, that's one of the best DPS lineups in the league for sure. Like, that's Fitz, Sombra, really good Sombra, one of the best Sombras. Hit scan extraordinaire. Prophet, I'm not going to say more, one of the goats of Overwatch. SBB, cosmetic project for the Soul Dynasty. Like, oh, I mean, do I really, like, I have questions about this team, but I mean, oh, I think they're second though, because I would put, if Fusion did not have as many roster issues as they did in terms of visa stuff, then I would put them second. But I think Soul, I think they're going to struggle a bit, but I think they have to be second. I think they have to be. I mean, I think it's just going to be consistency. Like, it really will be consistency. And I've this could be a hot take as well. I think they'll be quite a bit more consistent. I think they're going to be fighting with Shanghai, and they're going to have to prove themselves against the other teams as well. I mean, Prophet and Gesture, Yeah, I mean, I think if they have gesture play on his good heroes and you have Marvel come in, you got a fucking amazing rotation. Like, please let Marvel play main tank. Please, I will give up on this team forever. Even if they have the best roster ever, like next year if they pick up all Shocks players, I won't believe in them. I won't trade up. If they play Marvel on off tank, I will fucking give up on them forever. I should, maybe, but I trust them this time. Um, Supports creative showed he's fucking amazing last year. Like, I mean, he was really good last year. Like, really good last year on Ana, and his Zen is looked to be really good. Animo didn't look incredible, but I think he's a really solid main support that you can rely on. From New York as well. I don't know. I mean, Heg Changun, I don't really know that much about him. I mean, I don't know if I feel good about second for this team, to be honest. It's only because it is only because Fusion, like, oh, what am I doing, dude? Am I really putting them second? Am I? Oh, this is where I'm getting, oh man. Oh, fuck it. I think I'm gonna do it. Ah, fuck. I don't know. I don't. I'm saying so many issues, and I'm acting like they're good things. Like, do I trust Soul? Like, ugh. Mm, fuck. Fuck. Oh, I don't know about second. Oh no, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. They're second. I believe in the off-season tournament Bucks. They played really well in the off-season. I think they'll do really well this season. Oh man, that's a spicy one for me though. Holy shit, that am I really saying that? They'll do better this season with wins. They'll get more than 12. Oh man. Fuck. Okay. I think it's a big thing. Can they be consistent? That's the clear as day question. Holy shit. Okay, we're on the top two. I'm going with Shanghai first. This team, I love watching this team. They are so much fucking fun to watch. Like, Izayaki, incredible. Lee Jae-gon, best main support. Fleta, MVP. Lip, fucking best Sombra. And Widow extraordinaire. Hanzo extraordinaire. Benched Fleta for Hanzo. How crazy is that? They pick up Erster. Like, that's perfect for them. When they, like, whenever Fleta plays more of a team style, they want to have more of a pop-on flex DPS. You pick up Erster. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect for them. Like, oh, it's so their DPS, and then they have DM. I 100% believe they'll incorporate this guy properly this season and have him play Widow. Like, they have everything covered, no holes with this DPS roster. Fucking elite. Like, holy shit, they're such a fucking good DPS lineup. Tanks, Fate and Void. Void is the best off tank. He's my favorite owl player because of how fucking good he is, and he's got style as well. Fate, though, I mean, we've seen in the offseason tournaments, he fucking incorporates great. Fate and Moon, get that reunion Valiant shit out the fucking window for that shit. I don't believe in that for a second at all. Fate is going to bring in the leadership, and he's going to fucking say, yo, I'm winning this season. We are winning this season. I don't have to talk. Coach of the year last year, Moon, Dongsu, J-Field, Kong. I mean, yeah, like, oh, man. Like, this team is so stacked. They're going to do, I mean, I think they're going to get like 15, 14 wins as well. Like, I may have said Soul too high, but just thinking about it. But yeah, they're going to, can they do better? Maybe. I don't know. I think the biggest thing is, can they win? And I think we end off with Shock. I mean, no shit. Shock. Best Tracer, one of the best Hanzos. I want to talk about Tayo later. Nero, we haven't. I mean, yeah, like we haven't seen enough of this guy. Like perfect pickup. Glister, fucking got cucked on London last year. He's gonna be. He's gonna look to fill the Ons role, but but not. He shouldn't look to fill the Ons role. He's gonna fill the hit scan role, and they're gonna miss Ons, but I think they're absolutely gonna live without him. Violet, best Zen, best Bat, best Moira. Twilight, best Ana. FD God, one of the best Lucios and one of the best main supports. Super, best Rhine. Smurf, best Winston and Orisa. Choi, top 2 in all in Diva and Sigma, and like is like Super's best Hog as well. Like, and Choi, like really good Zarya as well. Like, what do I have to say? It's Shock. You guys know this shit. I know anyone watching knows who the fucking San Francisco Shock is. I think Tayo, though, I think he's going to pop off this season. He's going to find a role. Like, I think maybe McCree. I think he's going to see a lot more playtime than people think. And I mean, holy fuck, it's Krusty the fucking GOAT coach, the best coach in Overwatch, one of the best coaches in esports. If Kasaurus and Agape, I mean, Agape, he's won season 1 as well. Kasaurus, he was an analyst for them in the playoffs, and he looks like the perfect candidate for Krusty in term for his assistant coach. And I mean, what kind of question can you ask besides, can they do it? Can they be, if they get the 3-peat, you can say they are the best esports team, straight up best esports team ever. If they get the 3-peat, I don't think that's a hot take. I mean, like, holy shit, 3 in a row. But I don't think it's gonna be real. It's gonna be the hardest it's ever been for these guys, for sure. Shanghai and Shock, they're gonna duke it out all season. All fucking season long, they're gonna duke it out in the tournaments when they go to Hawaii. I see it being them majority of the times. I want to see these guys play all the time. I could just watch them play constantly, and I would never get bored of that shit. I think the biggest storyline this year is Shock's. Holy shit, can they do it? It's Shock versus the world. It's gonna be it's gonna be fucking lit as shit. I feel like that's the best place to end it. I could go over the matches. I mean, I don't know. I'll go over them quickly. I think Houston win this one. I think Shock win. Shanghai, Chengdu, Seoul, Toronto, Mayhem, Gladiators, Seoul, Shanghai, Fusion, Shock, Mayhem, and Defiant. But yes, Shock versus the world. This is going to be the best season of the Overwatch League yet. Watch it. Thank you. If you've watched this all, you're a fucking legend. I love you if you've watched this far. I'm going to put timestamps, maybe not immediately, but I'm going to put timestamps and find the team that you want to know the most about. Thank you so much for watching even a bit of this, and I'll catch you later this season of the Overwatch League 2021.